Yo, what's poppin', Pals? Rare TCG coming at you with a brand new video. Today, I am going to be showcasing what I believe to be is the worst card in the Black Bolt and White Flare set. That is the Baby Victini. It has the attack V-Force, which does 120 damage for 2 fire energy. And you might be saying to yourself, well, Rare, what makes that such a bad card? It's because of its effect. If you have 4 or fewer bench Pokemon, this attack does nothing, which means you have to have a full bench at all times in order for you to use Victini's attack. That is a loaded statement right there. That's a big order to ask for. Now, we do have ways that can help Victini. Since we have to load up our bench, I do play 3 copies of Lilligant and its Sunny Day ability, which allows Fire-type Pokemon to do 20 extra damage, and they stack. So if you can get all Lilligants on your bench, that's an extra 60 damage for Victini, allowing it to go up to 180 damage, which is pretty respectable. That could take out any non-EX Pokemon. And we also have the Brave Bangle, which allows us to do an extra 30 damage to EX Pokemon. So that brings us up to 210, allowing us to knock out the basic EXs like Pheasantipity. So, I mean, not bad all in all, but that's about as strong as Victini's going to get, about 210. We also have the Inferno Fandango ability from Emboar, which allows us to attach as many fire energies from our hand to our Pokemon in any way that we like. And we have the Dunsparce energy, which allows us to draw 3 cards and put Dunsparce back into our deck. And you might be thinking to yourself, well, why would you want to put Dunsparce back into your deck? Don't you want to have Pokemon on the field at all times? Well, that's why we play 4 copies of Nest Ball, we play 3 copies of Buddy-Buddy Poffin, and we play 3 copies of Artazon. We also have 1 copy of the Neutralization Zone as our ace spec. This is our trump card, which will hopefully or ideally get us out of bad matchups against EXs, especially those like Charizard EXs, those Dragapult EXs, and all those other fun EXs. Now, the reason why I claim Victini is the worst card in the Black Bolt and White Flare set is because, guys, I swear on my life, I have been trying for weeks with this deck. I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's my account that's cursed or this card is cursed. But I've played about 50 games with this deck, and I've lost about 48 of them. I kid you not. I actually did a recording before I did this recording on this deck specifically, but it sounded way too negative, and I didn't want to post that negativity on YouTube. So I'm just gonna showcase this deck and show you guys why you should not be playing this Victini. I don't know what it is, but this card just does not work. It sounds good in theory, but then when you implement it, it doesn't work. Let's head into the first matchup, and I'll show you exactly what I'm talking about. All right, here we are in game 1. My opponent is allowing us to go first, and it's not a great start, but we do have 2 Dunsparces, so that's not bad. We do need to find ourselves a Victini, a Tepig. Unfortunately, we can't get Victini and Tepig without like Brock, and we don't play Brock in this deck, so unfortunately we cannot get both. Now you might be thinking to yourself, well, Rare, why don't you just get yourself Precious Trolley as your ace spec? Great question. I used Precious Trolley before I used Neutralization Zone, and I found that once you're set up with the Precious Trolley, you still kind of struggle, because once you have everything set up, you really don't have a need for like the Nest Balls and the Buddy-Buddy Poffins and the Artazons, but you want to use all of those tools to your advantage, because you want to thin this deck as much as possible so that all you're getting are the cards that you need. Okay, that's much better. We got a Victini now, we have our Tepig now, and we have the Air Balloon to attach for the Emboar. So we can actually get a Rare Candy next turn, but it won't do us any good because we don't have the energy. And this is exactly what I'm talking about, guys. I've tried this deck about 50 times, and in almost every matchup, I never have exactly what I need. It's like this deck is cursed or something. So I wanted to make this video as like a PSA to everybody to not use this card, especially if you are a novice player. It looks like a really cool card, and it looks like it has great synergy with some other cards in the format, but when you start implementing it, it really doesn't hold together all that well. It really doesn't. I'm sure somebody out there has made a better Victini deck, maybe, I don't know. I haven't really seen anybody showcase this card, and I kind of see why now. It's just really, it's really difficult, I'm not gonna lie to you. You have to have a full bench in order to use Victini's attack. And the odds of you having a full bench with all the sniping that's going around in the format right now between Monkey Dory and Frostlass, Dragapult, Zoroark. I mean, there's like so many Pokemon that are just sniping the bench constantly. Shout out to Snipe the Bench, by the way. He's another TCG player on YouTube. Love his content. He's a great YouTuber. Speaking of sniping the bench. But yeah, this deck really struggles. And the main reason is because of Victini's own attack. You have to have 5 Pokemon on the bench in order to use his attack, which is absolutely insane. If it said 3 or 4 Pokemon on the bench, it would be a lot more manageable, but the fact that you have to have 5 or more on the bench, essentially you have to have 5 cards and maybe an Area 0 Underdepth. I mean, I have thought about adding Ogerpon to the list with Area 0 Underdepth, but then the problem with that is that you risk putting a 2-prizer in play, and I kind of wanted to keep this deck to completely 1-prized Pokemon. That way, it could thrive as much as possible, because it needs a lot to set up. It absolutely does. So having a 2-prizer doesn't help in the setting up process, because your opponent just eats away at your Pokemon in this deck. They really do. So let me get another Petilil and another Dudunsparce. Unfortunately, Petilil doesn't have enough energy, enough HP to survive an attack from Dragapult, so that's not great. Okay, let's get that going. Let's Runaway Draw. And like I said, this deck looks like it has great synergy, but then once you start implementing it, you see its flaws really quick. Really quick, you see its flaws. Do I want... You know what, I'm going to get another Dunsparce down, because this one's going to go down. So I definitely want to have one on the bench, that way I can evolve it to the Dunsparce next turn. And I guarantee you my opponent is going to have Dragapult in their hand. This is just a very difficult deck to use. No matter how you slice it, it is a difficult deck to use. I've also started using a new video recording software, if you guys have noticed. The video recording software that I used for my last 2 videos, it just used up way too much of my CPU usage, and my computer, it's brand new, my computer. I bought it like last month, so I didn't like the way the sound were coming out of the computer while I was using that software, and it took forever to render videos. That 30-minute Iron Thorns video that I put up yesterday, that video took 4 hours to render because of that software. So this new software that I'm using, I switched over to OBS because everybody's like, oh, why don't you just use OBS? I actually like OBS. Actually, this is my second time recording using OBS. My first time was the video that I've recorded before this one, and I have to say, it's smooth, it's crisp, the quality looks great. I'm actually recording at 60 FPS. The last program I was using told me I was recording at 60 FPS and 1280p 720, but then like once I uploaded it to YouTube, the quality was garbage. Like it came out 360p, and I was like, what the heck? So I mean, yeah, like I said, I like to watch my videos at 1.5 times speed. And for some reason, when you put my videos at 1.5 speed, the quality goes down for some odd reason. I don't know why that is. Okay, they are going to take out my Petilil, and they're going to ping my Tepig. So yeah, already we are in a tight spot right now. My best bet, realistically, is I get myself another Victini down, I get myself the neutralization zone, and I just run away with all this. But let's see if any of that comes into fruition. So let's use the Dunsparce to Runaway Draw. We got a Pignite. That's not what I need, though. I'm going to put this Victini down. I'm going to put the Bangle here. I'm going to get another Victini, because I have to have these Victinis in order for me to attack. Then I'm going to use this to get myself a Dunsparce. And that will allow me to attack, but unfortunately it's just not enough. I do want to evolve this Tepig so he doesn't get knocked out next turn. And what else do I want? I think I'm going to use Arven to get this and that. That way I could attach the Brave Bangle to the Victini on the bench. But I'm not going to use the Earthen Vessel Ruin just in case we get Iono'd this turn. Because then I will just have wasted my Earthen Vessel Ruin. And for some reason, this deck, even though I play 8 energies, which is more than enough for this deck, it just struggles to find energy. So, again, this is my second time recording for this, showcasing this deck. And the first time I recorded it, it sounded a little too negative, like I said. So, I'm trying to be a little more positive with this deck, but it's really bad. I don't care how you slice it. If anybody wants to try this deck out, you know, I always put my deck list in the description down below. You are more than welcome to try it out, tweak it to the best of your ability, and try it out for yourselves. But I must warn you, this Victini is very difficult to use because it has to have those 5 Pokemon on the bench, which is not an easy feat. A very tall order for this card, especially since it only has 80 HP. I mean, a slight breeze pretty much takes it out. I mean, Dragapult does 70 with its Jet Headbutt, so that leaves you with 10 HP. And then if they want to like boss up something else, and then they could take you out with their second attack, the Phantom Dive, or they could just use Monkey Dory. They could do that too. That's exactly what I mean. They're probably gonna ping the damage onto my Victini on the bench, and then just Phantom Dive it. So Victini, yep, there it is. See, I called it. Victini is very difficult to use. It's very hard to synergize with other cards. It's hard to keep alive. It's hard to knock out EXs. It's a very difficult card. So, yeah. My takeaway from this video is do not use this card. I might actually just showcase this video and call it a day. Maybe I'll do a second one. My goal for the last video was to try and get a win with Victini. I played 5 games, guys, on that last video. I didn't get a single win in those 5 games. I even tweaked it mid-video, and it still wasn't thriving. I've been working on this deck for weeks, like I said, and it struggles to win. The only time I've ever seen this Victini win is when my opponent had a really hard time setting up their board, and I somehow miraculously got everything that I needed. Alright, so they are going to take out both of my Victinis, unfortunately, and my rank is just slowly going down. I mean, I am in Mewtwo rank right now, but I can guarantee you I probably won't be in Mewtwo rank by the time this video goes up. I got another Petilil, but that does me absolutely nothing. I can get myself an Emboar here, but that does me absolutely nothing, because I have to have Pokemon on my bench. So I think I'm just going to get the Dudunsparce here and pray. So let's get the Dunsparce. Let's Artazon. Do I have another Victini? I do, okay. Let's Runaway Draw, and hopefully we get something out of this. We got nothing. Wait, do I have an Emboar in the discard? I might. I do. Okay, that helps. That actually helps. So let's get the Emboar of the discard. And it doesn't even matter because, like I said, I can't attack because I don't have 5 Pokemon on my bench. I have 4, but as you can see, even with 4, Victini still does nothing, so we unfortunately have to concede here, guys. There's no way out of that matchup. Okay, here we are in the last game of today. We are going to go first. I have made some tweaks. I decided to get rid of the neutralization zone and get the Precious Trolley. I think that might be our best bet for this deck. And wow, already we're starting off horribly. Alright. Yeah. Win or lose, this is going to be my last matchup because I just don't see a way to make this deck plausible. I really don't. I'm going to be honest with you guys. We have the Rare Candy, but it does us no good because we don't have anything to utilize said Rare Candy. So I think I'm just going to get down 2 Dunsparces? Yes? I'm going to attach an energy here. My main goal for today's video is just to get a win. That's my main goal. I hope I can do that. I hope. That is my main goal for this deck. I have not gotten a single in this video or the one that I recorded previously. So I'm hoping with these adjustments that I've made, I can actually, what the heck? My guy, you understand that, yeah, he's got 4 different energies. Okay, interesting. I'm very confused as to what my opponent is doing right now, but I can guarantee you it's better than this Victini deck. Yeah, I'm terrible. I'm sorry, guys. Such a negative outlook on this deck, but I'm sorry. It's just a terrible card. This is like my PSA deck to all of you who play TCG. Do not use this card, especially if you are a novice player. This is like a high-tech advanced, like, you gotta be like a supercomputer to use this deck because of all the things that you need. Okay, so it looks like it is a evolution deck. Should have known that from the deck sleeves, but it looks like they're also having a hard time setting up, so that's great. What do I want to do here? I think what I want to do here is I just want a Precious Trolley. Please tell me my trolley is not good. All right, we're just gonna Precious Trolley. Let's get everything that we need right now. That being the Tepig, a Victini, and oh, that's our last Victini, and Petilil. That will allow my Victini to start attacking. I'm going to use this to get rid of that, and let's just get 1 energy because I am going to Professor's Research next turn. So let's just use that, and let's just attack for 240. Thankfully, my opponent is playing a grass deck. They might actually be playing a Leafeon EX deck. So maybe we'll pull a win out. Maybe. I don't know. This would be a first. That would be absolutely phenomenal. Now, I know what you're saying, but Rare, don't you play test all your decks before you post them? Absolutely I do. And like I said, I've play tested this deck for weeks since Black Bolt and White Flare have been out, and I've been trying to make this Victini good, and it just does not want to cooperate with me. Like I said, I'm going to put the deck list in the description down below. If you want to tweak it and make it better, by all means, maybe you'll have better luck with this deck than I have, but for some reason this deck just does not like me. It's just very difficult to set up, it's very difficult to use, and Victini asks a lot and rewards you very little. That's all I'm gonna say. That's the main takeaway. It asks for a lot and rewards a little. It's like a toxic X. Alright, let's promote my Victini, and let's, maybe by some miracle, we will top deck a Emboar right now. Nope, one can dream though. Okay, we will put that there, we'll put that here. Let's do this. We got the Emboar now, but now we don't have energy, and we don't have a rare candy. So I think what I'm going to do here realistically is I'm going to retreat this Victini. I know that's crazy, and just sack off one of my Dunsparces. And this is what I mean. Like, you could have all the support in the world for this Victini, but you Professor's Research, you Iono, you do this, you do that, and the next hand is just completely dead. Like, this one was completely dead. Let me see. Let me take inventory. I have 3 energies in the discard pile somehow. And that means I only have 5 left in the deck, assuming none of them are prized. I have 1 Victini in the discard pile. My Precious Trolley's already been used, hence why I didn't like using the Precious Trolley as my ace spec to begin with. Because once you're set up and they start eating away at your board, you're kind of screwed, you know what I mean? That's why I like the Neutralization Zone better. Because Neutralization Zone could have protected us from this Ogre Pawn. But Neutralization Zone also gets bumped very easily by another stadium, so that kind of stinks. Yeah, I mean, my opponent is setting up this Ogre Pawn really well. They do have a Leafeon out, so if we could somehow get that Leafeon, that would be great. I also don't think I played bosses in this deck. I couldn't fit them. I really couldn't with everything. I know that sounds silly, like, oh, well, you don't have any gusting, but listen, this deck is hard enough to use to begin with. I don't know what it is you're gusting with this deck, but it's not gusting anything worthwhile, I can tell you that much. Alright, let's Iono, because I don't want to get rid of another Emboar. That doesn't help. That doesn't help at all. I guess we'll set up the Victini on the bench, because that's about all I can do right now. And we'll call it a day from there. We can use Hilda, though, next turn, and Artazon to get us a Victini set up. And that'll allow us to take 2 prize cards, because we'll finally take out this Ogerpon. But then we don't have a way to retaliate against this Leafeon once it comes up. I'm still trying to figure out what the point of the Bulbasaur is on the bench. That is a cute Bulbasaur, though. Oh, now it's evolved into an Ivysaur. Is it... Oh, maybe it's just a Venusaur EX, and they're using the Moss Agate attack to heal the Venusaur EX. That's a really convoluted way. I mean, I think my Venusaur EX was a better build. If you haven't seen that video, go check that out. It did phenomenal, by the way. Thank you guys so much for the love and support on the Venusaur EX video. That's been doing great. Alright, so here's what we're going to do. We are going to... Let's see what I top deck first. And then we'll make a decision from there. We get a Nest Ball, that's good. So let's Artazon. That'll get us another Victini. That won't get us another Victini. Oh my god. We lost all our Victinis. Great! And I think I got rid of my... no, we don't need any more damage. Victini's doing enough with weakness. This is not good. Okay, let's get into Dunsparce going. And let's get the energy going, because we definitely need that stuff. So let's get it to Dunsparce. We have the Nest Ball to get us another Pokemon, if we need it. Okay, we got the Brave Bangle. Do we need the Brave Bangle? Oh, right, I need another Pokemon first, and then we can decide if we need the Brave Bangle. Let's do that. Do we need it? We do not. We actually do enough, as it is right now. So let's just do that. But then the problem becomes we don't have a Victini. So once this Leafeon takes out Victini, we're kind of screwed. Unless we could get an Arven. Oh, there's my Victini. Good. Okay, he was prized. Cool. So we got him. All right. Okay. I'm having a little bit of a positive outlook right now. I'm getting a little excited. This actually might be a winnable matchup. Hold on now. If we could somehow get ourselves an Emboar. How many energies do I have in the discard? Still 3. So that'll be 5. That's 6. So there's still 2 left in the deck if I use Professor's Research. Assuming none of them are prized. That's a tall order, though. If I could somehow get... I can't get Emboar, though. That's the problem. I need Emboar. Because I have to attach 2 fire energies to this Victini, and yeah, I can't do that without Emboar. Unless here's my thought process right now. We promote the Dunsparce. We use Professor's Research to hopefully get ourselves a runaway draw Dudunsparce. We'll attach the energy to this Victini. And then, hopefully with Professor's Research, we will be able to get ourselves all the requirements that we need. Because we're going to be doing a lot of digging if that comes into fruition. Now, I say that's what's going to happen, but I know from experience that this deck is not going to do that for me. I could tell you that right now. Watch, I'm going to do exactly what I said. I'm going to put this Victini down. Okay, we got the Dunsparce. That's excellent. That's exactly what we wanted. That's step 1. We attach this here. We use this. We get the Rare Candy. Okay, we got a Lilligant too in the process. Can we get the Emboar? We do not. Like I said, this deck just loves to fail me. Okay, so let's use an Artazon. Let's get ourselves another Dunsparce down. We have 10 cards in the deck, and yeah, I still haven't found what I needed. So let's get the Pignite down at least. That way, we don't need the Rare Candy, and we're 1 step away from pulling this off. Also, we have to make sure that we have energy in our deck. Because right now, we're up to 6, so there's still potentially 2 in the deck unless they are both prized. They're going to Hilda, but no matter what happens, we lose this matchup because we are not winning the prize exchange. Because you mean to tell me that they don't have a grass energy for this Ogerpon? You're funny. There it is. They're going to Teal Dance, and the next turn they'll probably have another grass energy, put that onto the Ogerpon, and that'll be the end of that. There's the Venusaur EX. They are not using the full art, but I do like this one though. That's a nice card art. I'm actually not really a big fan of full arts. I know I put them in my decks because, you know, they're flashy and they're cool and they make me seem like a baller and whatnot. But in all honesty, I would be happier using cards like this because the text is so much easier on a blank canvas like that. So that's just my opinion. Okay, let's... Oh god, see, now I need energy, I need Emboar, I need a lot of things. We have 2 Emboars in the deck. We have 2 energies in the deck. We don't have any Earthen Vessel runes. God, this is gonna be tough. Okay, let's... Buddy-Buddy, we're gonna fail it. Because I didn't know if I had a basic or not. Let's put this Petilil down. Okay, here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna Hilda. We're gonna get ourselves an Emboar. And that, do I have any stretchers in the deck? I do not. Great. Did I use any stretchers? I did. So my other stretcher is prized, that means. Great. Okay, let's get the Emboar down. We can finally take out this Leafeon. But unfortunately, without the stretcher, we're kind of used up here. We're kind of spent. That does not help me. All right. In all honesty, guys, we just lost. I mean, we got very close. Even with a deck that is weak to fire, we still couldn't pull this off, unfortunately. And my rank is just plummeting. So, yeah, that pretty much summarizes the Victini deck. And they're going to boss me up just for giggles. And take out my Emboar that I worked so hard to get out. The Emboar is so difficult to get out to begin with. And, I mean, here it is. They're going to teal dance. Wow, they're just really BMing at this point. I also don't want to sit here and watch them do all this. Alright, and they're just going to finish this off finally. Taking their last prize card. And that is that. Okay, that is going to do it for the Victini deck. Like I said, this is my second recording for today. My first recording I got rid of because I felt it was even more negative than this one. But yeah, this Victini deck, do not use it. Do not use this card in any capacity. It is by far the worst card from the Black Bolt and White Flare set. It is very difficult to set up. It is a very high risk and very low reward card. And yeah, you just really can't get what you need from it. I'm sure maybe if I added more recovery options like rods and whatever, but I mean, if you look at the deck as it is, it has pretty much everything that it needs to succeed. It's just, I don't know if it's PTCGL, if it's my account that's like cursed, or if this card is just as terrible as I think it is. But listen, if you want to try it out, deck list is in the description down below, and try it out. I've lost so many rank points trying to make a good video for you guys, but in the end, the video just turned out to be, don't use this card. That's pretty much all I can say. So, I mean, it wasn't a complete waste. I took the bullet for you guys, so be thankful. Leave a like for that, please. And if you want to see me try out other cards that you think are worthwhile, subscribe and leave a comment telling me what card you think is good, and I'll test it out on the ladder and see if it actually is worth using or not, or if it's actually worth having a secret rare full art like this Victini does. But in my honest opinion, I don't think it is. Stay far away from this card. Alright, that's my PSA for today. This has been your boy, Rare TCG, and I'll catch you all in the next one. Peace!